Hey, it is day 22 of our 100-day marketing blitz. And today we're going to talk about marketing math, right? Just some simple numbers so that you can figure out what we doing for 2024, right? What are you going to do for 2024 and how can you put it all together? So this week I had some amazing conversation with some badass women who actually are in retirement. And so they're looking to supplement their retirement with this business. And so they're kind of scaling down and they're like, hey, Richelle, I don't know if I really want to do $1,000,000, but I'd love to do 100K, 120 grand, $10,000 a month. Can you show me how that works? Right. So most of my clients are already past that $250,000, $300,000 mark, but sometimes I get some really special people that I get to help out. So grab your chair. Let's do some $1,000,000 math right here, right? Hold on just a second and let me share my screen with you. Here we go. Let's talk about some $1,000,000 math, right? So one of the things that the client asked me for was she wants to speak, do workshops, consulting, and she charges a flat rate of $5,000 for all of it. So I was like, all right, let's reverse engineer this. Let's get your math together. So the average close rate is normally 20%. She should be at somewhere around 20%. So that means that she needs to chat with at least 100 individuals or 100 organizations to receive 20 yeses at the rate of $5,000, right? So 100 people. So key things to think about, and that's what I was asking her, like, are you targeting individuals or organizations to pay for the workshops? If individuals, how do you intend to fill these workshops at $5,000 a piece, right? And that'll determine how many we have to do. But if you're going and it's $5,000 to the organization, how are you going to move forward? So she said her leads will be coming from the sale of the book. So I wanted to know, okay, how are you capturing those leads? If they are buying off of Amazon or Barnes and Noble, do you have things inside of your book to have them raise their hand and say, yes, we'd be interested in a workshop? Do they need to go to your website? Do they need to go to other things? By the way, I went to her website and there was workshops at the top, but then when you clicked on it, there was a totally different place to just leave a contact information. So you couldn't actually sign up for the workshop. So that would be one of the things that I would change immediately. If you're targeting organization, I asked her, how do they find out about you? Do you want to take some months off during the year? Like, are you going to work July and December? So if you're not, then that means that you only have 10 months throughout the year. So 10 divided by the 20 events would be 2 per month. Okay. $1,000,000 math, right? So for January and February, hopefully she's already talking to some prospects because she should have had those in the books right now and sending over the proposals to make sure she stays on target for the year. And then I asked her the key questions I ask everybody. Do you have a list already? Do you have your introduction letter to suggest even the consults? How are you going to reach out to them? How are you going to get the word out? So knowing how many conversations you have to have in order to get to how many clients you have to have is really key. And so understanding what the math is so that you stay on target with your business. So if you have a product, it's the same thing, right? If your product is $100 and you want to get to $100,000, that means we have to sell 1,000 of that product. If you want to get to the million, that means we have to sell 10,000 of that product. So understanding that $1,000,000 math in marketing makes it totally different, right? So if in fact she charges 5,000 and you only need to reach 100, then a lot of those marketing strategies don't really work. Like, don't pay for PR, right? Don't pay for things. Pay for something that you're going to reach them. Pay for an assistant that's going to reach out to them on LinkedIn and make an introduction for you. That's the type of investments that you make in your marketing dollars that makes sense, so that it all means that you haven't burned through the whole 100,000 trying to get to your number. So I also talked to Dr. A, and her goal this month was 2 clients per month, again at $5,000, so that she could get to the 10,000. She's currently running ads on Facebook, and she averages 2 appointments per month. So that means that she's booking calls, and it costs her about $200. That's industry standard, like $200. It would be great to book them for $10, right? But we're asking, she's got a lot of friction, meaning she's got a lot of things in between her ad and when they book a call. So they have to leave the Facebook, they have to go to her website, they have to love her headline. Remember, we talked about that yesterday. They have to say, yeah, that's me, enter their information. They have to watch a video. They have to wait until a certain part of the video to even get the button to book a call. And then 5, they have to book a call. Now they have to show up. Now she's got to sell them, right? So 7 things have to happen before she gets there, which would mean that in order for her to reach her goal, she'd have to close 100% of the people that get on her calendar. It's not going to happen. No matter how great your offer is, even a free offer doesn't convert at 100%, right? So she needs more calls, which we already did the math right earlier. So if she wants 20%, would be she'd have to have 10 calls a month to close 2 clients to make the $10,000, 10 calls a month. So now we need to do something to supplement, right? So we can add more to her ad spend, right? But that sometimes it breaks it. So let's say we doubled it. That doesn't mean that just because she spends $800, she's going to get 4 appointments, right? Because Facebook optimizes for certain things. And so she may not have set that up right. Like it may break it with her just spending more money. So that is not the answer. Just go spend more money in Facebook ads, right? You have to test it. You have to add a small amount at a time and see if her conversion numbers are still exactly the same. That could take months, right? It may not happen in 20 days. It may take 90 days. So now we're in December, right? December 22nd. It's going to take a while for it to kind of work itself out. So now we're into March and we haven't figured this out, but we've burned through cash, right? How else can we supplement? Well, we can get those almost, right? So we could put other ads around her direct offer ad and have people send a DM, send a question. She could be doing Facebook Lives just like this, explaining what she does every single day and getting people to raise their hand that are already following her, liking her. So now she keeps the $400 going, right? And then she adds some other extras to it so that now she's not just relying on that $400. She can just go with the people who put in their email address but didn't watch the whole entire movie or her whole entire video. It's that time of year, right, where there's tons of movies, so that's just on my mind. So she's got 700 of those people. So that's part of the process that we talked about, is following up with those 700 people that came in and said, yes, they were interested, but she hasn't followed up with. She's done nothing, right? So we need to make sure that she is following up those people that are on her email list. D, fix her follow-up, right? Right now, her follow-up just sucks. Mainly because she had a whole bunch of stuff going on. Now things have calmed down a little bit. And, some people are just not right now. That doesn't mean that they're not interested in 3 months, 6 months, right? And then it's understanding when people are most likely to buy from you. Whew, this is like a really deep episode, right? So is there a certain time per year that people are most likely to buy? So December, January, February, March is the perfect time to sell vacations, right? People in the cold places, it's cold here in Southern California today. It's rainy. I think 63, that's cold for us, right? We're used to 93. So those 4 months are more likely to people to buy vacation. And when it gets closer to June, July, and August, they've already booked them, right? For the discounted rates. Those people that are in the Midwest and on the East Coast, they already know, right? Those folks in the South are the people who book them then. So understanding when is it time for my customer to buy, and knowing when you can follow up with them because now they are looking for it. Now you're entering in their head. Remember we talked about that on I think day 17, one of those days. But fixing that follow-up, because here's the deal. We don't have crystal ball. We don't know when they're ready to buy. The only thing that we can do is stay consistent and stay there with them, right? And then last, add some partnerships. Ding, ding, ding. Hello, which is my favorite thing to do these days, which is the same thing, recommendation that I made for the other person, right? Is you need to get some partnerships. So you need to get people who are out there looking for you and are your champions and say, hey, you need to book her for this workshop. This workshop is amazing, right? People who have access to who makes those decisions and people who would like to come in. Same thing with the other one. Get some partnerships, right? Folks who I just got to chill. Folks who have your ideal customer, but who is not in competition with you. Right? People who are out there, there are businesses, organizations, podcasts, radio shows, TV shows, all that have your ideal client that you can form a partnership with. And that's what I love to do. That's what I've been doing over the last 2 years, is just helping entrepreneurs create those partnerships so that they're not just sitting there, right? So the partnerships I have is with a local bank, so that now every time somebody gets a new loan, they come to me. They send them, they say, hey, you need to go see Richelle, right? She is a business expert. She's going to help you build your own $1 million business. She wrote the book, The $1 Million Equation. Her new book, $1 Million Partnerships, is coming out, and we formed a partnership with her so that she can help you do right by the loan and make those payment back accordingly. Right? My bank in Las Vegas did a whole spread of me inside the bank, so that anytime somebody comes into the bank and they have a business, they're like, you need to go see Richelle. Those are phenomenal partnerships. We aren't competing, right? So when people ask me which bank should they go to, guess what I say, right? Well, the bank that I actually bank at, and the one that I have a partnership with. Hello. Does that make sense? Hopefully we are slowly osmosis connecting the dots. But if it doesn't, my brain has a million of them. So what you can do is, I'm almost all booked out for January. And right, I'm about to shut it down for the holiday, but let's get you on the calendar. Let's work on your business, figure out who would be great partnerships for you. If you want me just to do it all for you, I do have room for one more client that I'll just do it for them, so that now they have that all set up. You let me know which one. All you have to do is comment below. Hey, happy Friday. Happy marketing fun. Let's go do the math, figure out how many you need. And if you don't know how to get them, ding, 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 come call me and let's have some fun. All right. Mwah. Love you for free. I will talk to y'all soon.